Welcome to the Stellaris show. 4,000 subscribers, guys. 4,000 subscribers. Hell yeah. That's been a tough week for me, but you know what? This is the light in the darkness, I'll tell you that. Honestly, this whole year has been a wild ride. I don't even remember when I got 3,000 subscribers, but I'm pretty sure it was before I moved to the Philippines. Man, and just the thought that not only did I not lose you guys during this year of all the things that were happening and my inconsistent upload schedule and my moving and my emotions and trying new formats and new genres and just being all over the place. Wow. Not only did I not lose you guys, but I have 1,000 more of you that think my shit's cool. I mean, that's very humbling. I'm very flattered, and I think I'm very grateful. I am. I feel very grateful, a lot of gratitude right now. I just want to say up front, thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much. This shit like this keeps me going, man. Like, it really does. Honestly, I gotta say, you guys have been a large, not the only part. This requires other things, but you guys have been a positive part of my mental health and well-being over the past, since I've had this. Thanks, Echo. Thanks. Since I've had this channel, I've been through some dark times. We all have. These past 4 years have been pretty dark for a lot of us, myself included. Though for me, different reasons. COVID, when COVID hit, I actually got hit by other things that had nothing to do with COVID, that turned my life upside down, challenged me to a great degree, but they sparked me to really get working hard on my channel. And now we're seeing the fruits of my labor, of our labor, because I couldn't do it without you guys, obviously. So again, at the bottom of my heart, thank you. Thank you so much just for hitting this number. And, the revenue has been going up, sure, but like, really just being there, it's really easy when you're alone, when you don't, or it was really easy for me when I didn't have a channel and I was all alone, and, I mean, I had friends, I had family, but like, I just, and I always doubted myself, and I had the issues back then that I was having, I have chronic illness, so, I mean, that it is what it is, but, dealing with that alone, right? My head would tell me, I'm not good enough, right? That, nobody likes me, and I had to fight that every day. I didn't always believe in it, right? Sometimes I did. I'm only human. Sometimes I get insecure like anybody else, but like, I would have, my, I don't know what you call it, the shadow or my dark side or just, the devil on my shoulder, whatever you want to call it, would always tell me that, I'm not good enough, that nobody likes my stuff, like it, I'm shit, I'm nothing, I'm sure a lot of you can relate with me. We got that little voice in our head saying that, or that doubt or whatever you want to call it. I'm not saying that like I'm schizophrenic or anything. I hear voices or anything like that. Absolutely not. But what I'm saying is like, and my heart goes out to you if you are one of those people that do experience that. It's very tragic. It's very hard, very difficult disorder. But anyway, that side note there. But the point I'm trying to make is that until I got this channel, I was easily able to, if I wasn't careful, slip in and start believing those messages. But when you guys came around, and I started getting positive comments on my videos, when I started getting more and more subscribers, it became very, very difficult for me to believe any of that shit. Now, I'm not saying that, you know, I'm amazing, right? Obviously, I've got work to do, just like everybody else. But having you guys around has really made me more humble. You know, and like, when I say humble and humility, I mean like, you know, actual humility, not like scraping or, you know, servile. I mean like, you know, balanced. You know, like, okay, I don't think I'm worse than anybody, but I don't think I'm better than anybody. You guys have really helped me with that, and I just want to say thank you. You know, thank you for smacking my inferiority complex that I do have upside the head. That's really what this channel, I think that's the biggest thing that you guys have done for me. Is every time I hear a little voice of my, you know, my doubt come in and say, oh, nah, nobody's gonna watch this, or you should just quit, bro, or whatever, you know, the thought immediately comes in now that, wait a minute, if I sucked, right? If my content was shit, if I was bad or annoying, you know, I mean, some of you people might think I am, and that's cool. That's your right. You know, not everyone's gonna like you, but I wouldn't have 4,000 subscribers if that were true. I wouldn't have almost 100,000 views on one of my, you know, videos if that were 100% true. So obviously, you know, that tells me right away, just that fact prevents me from, you know, believing that that shit isn't all in my head, because it is, you know. So again, I just wanted to say thank you, and when I, you know, hey Seth, yeah, and listen, where I'm at with streams right now in general is in flux. I know that's gonna upset that upsets some of you. I want to apologize. It's just, you know, I told you guys from the get-go, I don't have a schedule. This is why, because my feelings change, my priorities change, life changes, events happen to me. I guess I kind of realized that, you know, I think I need to focus more on videos than I've been focusing. I mean, that's pretty obvious. Making videos and just making content. I still want to stream. It's just, you know, like, I think, like I said, it's a matter of priorities, right? Videos get me the numbers. It's that simple. Streams do not. Now I could make formats possibly in the future to help with that, and I have been, but I mean, you know, at the end of the day, I get most of my views from videos and shorts, basically. So you know, lately it's been tough, to be honest, lately for me, trying to figure out, I have all these new responsibilities. Also, that's also been going on in the background. Basically, I had somebody working for me here in my apartment, and then I had to let them go for reasons I'm not going to get into. But, like, yeah, I mean, yeah, like, just, I've had to do a lot more errands, and, you know, I live in the Philippines, and there's a lot of responsibilities and shit that if you do not pay attention to it here, it will bite you in the ass. It will screw with your life. You will be in very hot water very quickly. Like, for example, not figuring out how to pay the electric bill by myself is a very bad thing for obvious reasons. In fact, my power here almost got shut off the first month I was here because I didn't know how to pay it. But I finally figured it out. And then I had to figure out, you know, and then water. You know, I think, okay, well, water's not a big deal, right? Well, the problem with water is the tap water here is dangerous for you to drink, and you can't drink it. Not that I drink tap water. I think the tap water in the US is just as bad, but for different reasons. But in the Philippines, it can be deadly. So, yeah, it's not potable. So, I mean, you can shower with it, but that's about it. I shower with it, but you can't drink it. So, you got to figure out where you're going to get water. Well, I live in a big building, and, you know, I had, for the longest time, I couldn't figure out how to get anybody to bring water up to my apartment. Or, you know, I had to go to the convenience store down the street and buy it every day. That was a pain in the ass. Or I had to get it from SNR, which, if you guys don't know, SNR is Costco in the Philippines, basically. In fact, they even have some Kirkland signature brands in their store. I think they're kind of like an offshoot franchise. I think they are kind of under the umbrella of Costco. They're just, in the Philippines, it's a different name. So, you know, different owner, obviously. So, but I think it's part of the same franchise. I think, well, they're obviously related. They wouldn't be selling Kirkland signature stuff if they weren't related to Costco in some way. But anyway, they got that here. And thank God for that, because that's where I get all my meat. Speaking of meat diet, that's been in flux. That's been changing constantly and trial and error. And, you know, I eat something, I see how I feel. If I feel like shit, then I stop eating it. And I've just kind of been going back and forth like that. Well, you know, I finally got it ironed down a little bit, but yeah, anyways, so many challenges this year. I mean, just moving to another country alone, and I could leave it at that. But there's been a lot of other stuff. You know, there's been a lot of other stuff. This year has been crazy. I mean, and even though this is a 4,000 subscriber stream, I kind of consider it my year in review stream as well. Like, this channel, we've all been through a lot of shit this year. And yeah, my all meat diet, I am a carnivore. I've been carnivore since April, and that was because I couldn't stop giving into my food cravings until I just ate meat. When I just ate animal products, I gave up the carbs, I could stop, you know, going to the fridge against my will. Yeah, so it's all been trial and error, right? Because there's no mainstream information about this shit, right? You just got to find out what works for you. So I've been just trying to figure shit out, figure out what the hell, you know, is going on. Then I've got my, you know, my chronic illness. Even though carnivore has gotten better with carnivore, it's not completely gone. You know, I still have days where, for no reason whatsoever, I have no energy. I have no energy. I have no motivation. I don't even want to play video games. I just want to lay in bed and just lay there. You know, I hate that. And I hate that so much. I do. Because, you know, I think about, okay, yeah, I could be making videos, could be doing all this and all that. But I can't because I have no energy. And it's been like that most of my life. But since I went to carnivore, that has gotten a lot better. But it hasn't gone away completely, is what my point. And actually, that's kind of my number one criticism of the carnivore diet so far. But what's the alternative is my next point to that. Is the fact that all those promises that I kept hearing from YouTube about this diet, a lot of them have not been completely accurate for me. I don't know why. I mean, there's some videos that talk about reasons why that might be. I don't like watching them because I don't like hearing it, because the idea that I've got to wait another 2 years before my health problems go away really pisses me off. I'm just speaking candidly here. However, I'll tell you what's a lot worse than what I've been facing with carnivore. What I was facing with carbs. 100%. Like, I would rather go through this shit than go through carb hell ever again. Yeah, I feel natural energy. Yeah, I only like when I drink coffee. Or see, you're in that loop, man. Not to come at you, bro, but like, you're in that loop, dude. That the energy drink coffee loop. If you can break that, you might get some headaches for a while, but I think you'd be better for it, to be honest. And drink a lot of water. Water wakes me up too. But nah, and that's one of the things that improved when I became carnivore. Oh, by the way, guys, we are talking about other stuff today. This is a celebration stream. I know it's the Stellaris show, and I've got Stellaris in the background, but trust me, we're not really going to do a lot of gameplay today. We're just gonna shoot the shit and hang out. That's all we're gonna do. I might play a little bit if I get bored, but like I said, if you're just here to see gameplay or see me play Stellaris, you're gonna be disappointed this stream. I'm just letting you know. And if that's a deal breaker for you, then go ahead and off click. I understand. You know, hopefully next time, or go ahead and watch some of my other streams. I'll have that. Yeah, like, I mean, so that's the thing too. When I first gave up carbs, sugar, coffee, all that shit, I was tired as fuck. I was like, all I did was sleep, like, and lay down. Like, I had, but then I would lay in bed and I couldn't sleep for the first week or so, especially when I got off my meds. I couldn't sleep. I had insomnia for a little bit, and then it went away. And today, I sleep better than I ever have in my whole life. I can count on one hand the times since I switched to carnivore in that initial adjustment period that I spent half the night being awake and laying in bed and not being able to doze off. Usually I doze off whether I want to or not. That's been amazing. When I went on carnivore, I was on 20 different supplements. You know how much I'm on right now just to function? Zero. And I'm getting the same results that I had when I was taking all that shit. You know, and also, when I was taking that stuff, and I was eating carbs, and I didn't take that stuff, the periods of time where I, you know, missed some of my supplements, or I just stopped buying them, I would feel it immediately. So I needed all those supplements just to function, or I thought I did. I was able to get off all those. As of right now, I've been off my psych meds since July. Now, again, I will say this again. I will say it every time I tell you guys that I went off my psych meds. Do not go off your psych meds without consulting a doctor. Do not do what I did. What I did was bad, okay? I was in a tough situation, and I made a call with my discretion, but I am not telling anybody here that they should get off their meds without talking to a doctor. Do not do that, okay? Disclaimer. Total disclaimer. I have to say that. You know, I could get into trouble if I told you to do that. That's not... And I don't recommend it anyway. If you can talk to your doctor, talk to your damn doctor. So many guys I heard in my time, they would get off their psych meds, you know, because they felt better, and then they would just feel like shit again. Or they would, you know, they'd go off the deep end. I'm not going to talk about the consequences of, you know, going off your psych meds when you're not ready. We know what they are, and I could get demonetized for talking about what they are, so I'm not going to put it that way. So, but yeah, like I've been off my psych meds for a while now. That's part of the reason I need to eat liver. I do eat liver, but basically most of what I eat today is ground hamburger. You know, and I don't know if you noticed from my voice or my streams or just my content in over the past 6 months, but you gotta have heard the energy that I have compared to what I had before. Well, there's a video out right now that I want to redo. It's my leader guide, and I was gonna cut that up into shorts. I'm kind of telling on myself here, but I was gonna cut that up into shorts, and I watched it and I was like, dude, I sound really slow. I do not like how I sound in this video. I'm not gonna chop this up. I'll leave it up just for the, you know, just for the numbers, but like, yeah, I'm gonna have to redo that video, guys, at some point. And I apologize to any of you that watched that video and found it lacking. It was not my best work, I gotta be honest. Alright, well, I'll talk to you later, Seth. And thanks for sharing with me, dude, and thanks for stopping by. But yeah, like, you know, being able to being able to be med-free, supplement-free, saving all that money I was spending on them, you know, I can't put a price on that. I really can't. And, you know, I'm still really pretty crazy at times, but man, I tell you, I don't get nearly as bad. And that's without the meds, as I did before I went carnivore. Even with the meds, for me, I was unmanageable. I was nuts, to a degree. I was just able to function, but I still had a lot of problems that I'm not experiencing now. So that was so huge change in my diet this year, and that brought its own challenges. You know, I had to first, you know, not eating carbs obviously has its challenges. You know, I can't eat whatever I want and just count the calories like I did before. I have to, you know, it has to be at least an animal product of some kind. But I don't really do well with cheese right now either. I might revisit it at some point, but yeah, so just, my body's really sensitive, you know? So that happened. And then, you know, I moved to the Philippines to just, to be honest, the city I was living in, the city I was living in was getting worse and worse. It started in COVID, but actually it was even before that. When, I'll just tell you guys, when I first, after the first year or so that I was living in that apartment, we had a drive-by shooting. Not lying. Drive-by shooting. There was a bullet hole above my door. And ever since that day, I wanted to get out of that apartment. But then COVID hit. And so I was stuck there. And I had, up until this year, I had been stuck there ever since. And it got worse and worse. Like, it got to a point to where I didn't feel safe walking outside anymore. Like, not just because of COVID. COVID kind of, you know, pushed things further in that direction. You know, it helped things along, but the problems are already there. You know, my reasons to isolate were already there before COVID even hit. So, like, it wasn't just isolation, it was just, like, you know, fear and just wanting to protect myself. Like, and I had, I mean, you guys would not believe the stuff that I had to put up with living there. It was nuts. And now again, I'm not going to go into the reasons why, or why I think they are, you know, because I you know, that would be a no-no, for obvious reasons. But, you know, to anybody that thinks that today that U.S. cities are safe, no, they are not. Some maybe more so than others, but generally, cities are pretty bad right now. That's why I live here. Yeah, not very good. I came here, wow, dude. Well, let me talk about that for a minute. So when I walk outside here, I have no fear. I have no thoughts of anything. No survival thoughts of any kind. I'm not, like, I mean, I am watching my back. I always do. It's just a matter of habit over the years. But other than the initial street smarts, the street instincts, I guess you could call them, I haven't really had to worry at all. You know, I look around, I turn the corner, and there's a security guard standing there. I'm like, okay, cool. Now, some people don't like that. That's fine. I'm not going to get into that discussion. But I do. I do like that. I like knowing that there's less of a chance that I'm going to get mugged, you know, when I'm walking around. And so, I have not, other than the initial, you know, go outside a new country and be like, oh man, I don't know what to expect, what's going on here, is somebody gonna, you know, after that initial fear phase passed, and I got used to things, it really is like the videos, the vloggers say. There's really not a lot of fear out here, walking around. I'm not I'm not saying there ain't anything to be afraid of. Obviously there is. There's crime everywhere you go. There's bad people wherever you go. And yes, there are a lot of scammers here. I can attest to that. There's a lot of scamming going on. A lot of begging, just a lot of, a lot of stuff that you got to watch out for. But like, as far as like feeling like security, feeling safe, like physically, I have not felt this safe in a long time in my life. I really can't remember the last time I did. And I'm in my 40s. So I've been a lot of places, and this has been the most secure I've ever felt my whole life. As far as like being in danger of anything, really. And that is partly my circumstances. I'm sure if I go to a different area around here and in this big city that would be different. I would feel drastically different. But as far as BGC is concerned, yeah, it is a bubble, but it's a nice bubble. I enjoy staying here. I don't honestly. I'll tell you guys how I feel about this. I don't think it's a bad thing to live in a bubble. I don't think there's anything wrong with living in safety and not having to experience so many overt challenges just to live. I mean, this right here, this city, this is how I think it should be all over the world. For every city. I think at least this should be like the standard, right? In a city, when you go outside, you shouldn't have to worry about getting mugged or getting hurt or, dealing with really crazy people. Just really bad actors, right? I'll call them bad actors. Or at least if they're around, they get put in check. I wasn't seeing that anymore in the city that I was living in. So, where I come from, it would be days before I would see a cop. Yeah, I spent a lot of time in my apartment, but I still did go outside now and then. Like, I remember one time I went for an entire month without seeing a single cop car in the city that I was living in. That's dangerous, dude. Like, I'm sorry. I don't know how all of you feel about police. I don't want to get, like I said, I don't want to get political here, but like, I mean, I for one enjoy the safety. And look, I don't like people telling me what to do just like anybody else, but you know what? I do want to live in a place where there are consequences for hurting others. Okay? And where that stuff gets put in check. And I just didn't feel like that was happening where I was living. So that's the honest truth about why I left the city I was in. That was like the #1 reason. Not being able to go outside sucks. No matter what you believe in. Okay? Not feeling like you can safely go outside is bullshit. Plain and simple. So for me, where I live here, I can walk right outside. There's a nice courtyard out there, the block over. I go running every day, every other day. I'm able to work out again. Man, this gym, it's free. It's on the 3rd floor. I go down and they've got decent equipment. Now, I think if I get any bigger, or if I get big enough, I would have to fork over a membership and join the gym down the street. But until that day comes, like, this is perfect. So, just my lifestyle, yes, has drastically risen. I feel. But see, everything has its challenges and its problems, right? I'm alone. I am. Duck is no longer with me. I mean, she's alive, don't get me wrong. But she's living somewhere else. We don't live together anymore. And I haven't been alone in a long time. And I'm single. And I don't want to get into the reasons why, because that's another no-no area. And that's kind of why I went a little quiet after I made my first initial Philippines videos, And you know what? I think it might be time to talk about that a little bit. So, without going into too much detail, I basically came to the conclusion for me, it's better to be just single and build my wealth than, you know, to try to take any risks, and take that how you want to take it. You know, it's just I'm an older guy, right? I don't have a lot of I don't, how do I say this? Yeah, I just, you know what, I just decided that, you know, for right now, I'm not really interested in not being single, put it that way. So I haven't really been I know a lot of people come down here to find the one. That's just not me. And like I said, I won't go into that any deeper. But yeah, I mean, so, but when I came here, I thought that that might be a possibility, but that's not looking like it is. For me, all right? I'm not saying that's bad. I'm not saying that you're bad if you do that. I'm not saying that it's wrong, or that, you know, that being single is the most optimal marital status. I'm not saying any opinion on any of that whatsoever. I'm just saying, for me personally, you know, I just decided that at least for right now, it's safer and better for me to just focus on myself, focus on this channel, and keep, you know, and just keep that side of things out, you know, off the table for now. But anyway, so, but a side effect of that is I'm not really encouraged to go out. So I have been alone, and I have you know, been living by myself. So and so that brings its own challenges and problems. I'm basically a one-man show. I've got to do my dishes, I've got to clean my kitchen, I've got to clean the floor, and now I did have a maid, but I don't anymore, and I'm not going to go into the reasons why for that. But I am doing everything myself now. So that's kind of the other thing that's been happening lately that's thrown me for a loop, and made content creation more difficult. Obviously, it's going to. You know, like, for example, today I wanted to relax, or yesterday I wanted to relax, but I couldn't because I had to meal prep. And basically, you know, I take all the meat that I buy and I put them in the packages and set them, you know, put them in my fridge, and you know, that takes a couple hours to do all that. So so anyway, there was that. But yeah, so I left the US because I didn't feel safe anymore. I didn't things were getting, I'm sure some of you can relate, were getting at the time too, and even more so now, getting so expensive that, put it this way, I had to throw everything I had away. Everything I built up over the years, I had to throw all of it away. Because renting a U-Haul, just to drive myself. I was going to be the one driving it. Not a moving company, nothing. Just renting a trailer. Just a trailer. Not even, you know, one of them little trailers. Not anything big. Not even a big truck. Would have cost me more money than buying all the stuff that I had accumulated over again. And I can't in good conscience do that. Like, that is a waste of money. So yeah, I was pretty resentful over that. Gotta be honest. I was pretty resentful over that. It just made it even more crystal clear to me why I need to leave. I was like, wow, when I live in a place where it's more expensive to leave than to stay, like, I mean, so that move, you know, some of you guys were there. I mean, obviously, there were a few months this year where I just didn't make content at all. I couldn't. I mean, I wasn't really in a position where I could do so. There was all I could do was stream for a while there, because that's all I could do. I couldn't really sit down and edit or really, yeah, there was, all my stuff was packed out. Even now, it's been hard. Let me see. So it's been 35 minutes. But yeah, this year, well, this has been one of my most... this has been the toughest, exciting year I've ever had. They're exciting as in a lot of great things happened this year. But they were very challenging. Just extremely, hardest things I had done challenging. I mean, and a lot of stress, a lot of fear, but a lot of great positive changes, right? I moved to a much safer area. I left the dangerous place I was living, or I thought was dangerous. I was able to get free of some of the meds that I was on and supplements. I was able to, also fitness. Yeah, let's talk about that. My fitness journey, not perfect. Don't really see a lot of obvious results yet, but I'll tell you what, I have not gained any weight most of this year. And I started working out back in August, since I moved here. Or even before I moved here, it was August, July. I started lifting regularly, at least 2 or 3 times a week, if not more. And full body, and running and doing calisthenics, and I've been doing that for months. And I'm starting to see lines, guys. I don't look chiseled, but I don't look nearly as big as I think I did when I came here. I definitely did not. I definitely do not. And my arms are bigger. And I'm the same weight that I was when I got here, but I look different. So that's telling me that really that my fat is getting replaced with muscle, which is a great thing. So I'm thinking, you know what? Screw the number on the scale. I would be just as happy if I stayed at this weight, but looked good in the mirror. That's good enough for me. I don't even care about the number then. That's really what we want, right? That's really what most people want. They just want to look good in the mirror. I'm no exception, but there are other reasons. Obviously, my health. I'd like to get rid of this visceral fat that's, in my midsection. That can't be good for me. I've watched videos about that. From doctors. Man, some might argue that they're not doctors, but they've have video proof that they are. So, really, it comes down to trust. But yeah, so a lot of huge life changes, and somehow, and this is my overarching point, despite all of that, me moving to another country, me throwing everything I own away, even, or putting it in storage, or leaving it at my aunt's house, or whatever, and never seeing it again, leaving my country of origin, trying different formats, up and down emotions, inconsistent upload schedules, all that stuff, and I'm still growing. What the fuck? We've all heard about YouTubers that, this stuff happens to them and their subscribers drop off a cliff. How grateful am I? I'm really grateful. Just that I could do this year. I was sure, I was almost certain that when I got in that vehicle, you know, when I started packing up my computer, I was like, man, I'm probably gonna lose a big chunk of my subscribers. Like, I was predicting, like, I would lose at least 300 or 400 of you guys. You know, like, my number would go down. It never has. The entire time I've had my channel, it's only gone up or stayed the same. It's never gone down. And I can't put a price on that, guys. That is so encouraging and just, you know, so amazing. I just don't have the words. I really don't. And, I mean, I know it's just 4,000 subscribers. I know there's channels out there, they got 1 million, they got 100,000, but you know what? I had 0. I had 0. I have 4,000 times more than I had when I started. I think that's pretty amazing success there, I think. You know, I get paid. You know how many people don't get paid to do this and they still do this? My shout out to those guys, by the way. If you're a serious creator and you've only, you know, and you really don't have any subscribers, you have 0 views, I feel for you, bro. I was there. Just keep doing it. Just keep doing it, man. Just time and effort. Really what it boils down to. Time and effort. You will get results. You may not get the results you want, and I seldom ever do, but you get them. And you get lucky experiences and other things that you weren't even expecting. But yeah, guys, again, just blows me away. Blows me the fuck away that we're at 4,000 right now. After everything that's happened. There were so many things that happened this year that any one of them would have been a good reason for my subscribers to tank. But, nope. So thank you. Again, thank you very much. And also, I am aware that I did come out with a pretty controversial video on my last one. You know, it was about how to save Stellaris. Now, I've said it before, I'll say it again. You know, I don't hate Stellaris. In fact, that's why I'm choosing the Stellaris show to do this on. Because, you know, Stellaris is a big reason why I'm here. Why I'm here right now, why that number is 4,000. So I want to thank Stellaris. I want to thank the dev team and whatnot, despite what I said. Thanks for, you know, thanks for giving me an outlet. I mean, like I said in the video, I don't know how long it would have taken for me to get this number. It might have happened sooner if I hadn't got locked into Stellaris, mostly. You know, but that's what happened. So that was kind of the year in review, you know. I basically am stable once again. I don't know for how long. I have no idea. You know, I could go into the immigration office next month and they'd be like, nope, you gotta fly out and fly back. Or nope, you have to leave and never come back. I have no control over that. To an extent. Yeah. I only have control over my actions. The government. Things could happen to my government that I'm not expecting. Or that are really bad for me or everyone. I mean, who knows? I mean, a lot of crazy shit is happening around the world right now. Not gonna get too political here, but like, yeah, we can all agree, shit's crazy right now. But you know, I don't know if that's something's gonna happen there. You know, I don't know about that. I don't know. I can't see the future, guys. I can't. All I have is what I do, what I decide to do, the actions I take. So I think from here on out, now I've started doing this. I'm just going to plan today. Let's just say, okay, what do I want to accomplish today? And then once I get that down, Maybe be like, okay, let's choose some things we'd like to get done by the end of the week. And, write those down and then just, include them in our daily plans. And, say, okay, I don't really know what I want to do today. We can look at our weekly plan. Or maybe our monthly planner if it comes to that. I don't know. I'm still mulling this over, but these are thoughts I'm having. So, like, where to go from here? We did it. We hit 4,000. And yeah, for the first time ever, I'm looking at that number and being like, man, that's not that far away from 10,000. When I first said that, let's get to 10,000 guys, I only half believed it. I was only half serious, but now, yeah, I think we could get there. I don't know how long it's going to take. I hope it doesn't take 10 years, to get there. I don't know if I'll be around in 10 years. We'll see. But, But the thing of it is, the important thing is that I enjoy doing this, and I absolutely do. I wouldn't do anything else. I mean, if nothing else, because I enjoy hearing the sound of my own voice. I know some of you were thinking that. Nah, honestly, I remember when I was a kid, and I would record, we had a tape recorder that could record your voice, and I used to mess with that. I think that really planted the seed for this, honestly, because I did enjoy it. Sometimes I didn't enjoy hearing my own voice. I don't think a lot of people do, because you see all the flaws, right? It's like looking at yourself in the mirror, but cranked up to 11. Like, wow, I sound like that? Ugh, There is that you gotta deal with, but, overall, I really enjoy it. I enjoy putting on a good show. I am kind of an entertainer at heart. But I think, so, you know what? I've been talking about me for past 30, 40 minutes. Let's take a minute here to talk about some people some fellas that I feel that I want to give thanks to. First one, obviously, is my Mother Duck. I just want to give a shout out to her, Mother Duck 55. Hate to put you on blast, Mom, but I just want to say thank you. You haven't just been my mom, you've been my friend. She's my friend. And really, really good friend of mine. Yeah, she raised me, and for a while there, we had just a, mother-son relationship, but really, it's turned into so much more than that. Friendship that I can't put a price on. A lot of guys can't really say that about their mom, and so I want to give thanks there. I do. I want to give a shout out to Mother Duck. Thank you for your support. You are part of the reason this is possible for me. That I'm even doing this. So, I want to give a shout out to my friend. Some of you may have seen him in Discord. His name's Zelik06. I don't want to put him on blast too long, and not gonna say his name, but he's been a childhood friend of mine, and I tell you, without him around, yeah, I would definitely feel an emptiness, that's for sure. Just a solid, good guy, very smart, and keeps me on the straight and narrow. Like, he's that friend, right? For you bros out there, he's that dude that's like, he's your friend that calls you out on your shit. If you're being stupid, he tells you. Like, he does not care about your feelings. Like, there's been a couple times, he told me I was being a baby, dude. I'm like, you calling me a baby? What? But then I thought about it afterwards, after I got done being butthurt. I thought about it. I was like, yeah, you know what? I was being a toddler. I was being a child. I was being immature. And I apologized. And I owned up to it. You need a friend like that. You need a friend that's going to break your echo chamber. You know what I mean? That's going to call you out on your shit. That's going to tell you, hey, dude, you're effing up. Or, you know what? I think that's unreasonable. Or, no, dude, that ain't true. And challenge your ideas. You need somebody like that in your life. So I want to thank that person. You know, I want to thank... And you know what? For the first time, I want to thank my dad. My dad, who has been a great part of my life these past several years. I'm not going to go into what it was like before, because I don't think, you know, that's a little too private to share on YouTube. But, you know, today we are rock solid, and I really, you know, just there's a lot of guys out there. They don't have a dad, or they don't feel like they have a dad. I don't feel that way today, and I'm so grateful for that, and I'm so thankful that my dad is in my life. I just want to give a shout out to him. So, I hope you keep working hard, and I'm very proud of my dad. My dad taught me a lot of good shit that a lot of guys around me don't know. And I can't put a price on that either. You know, also, you know what? I'll give credit where it's due. I do want to briefly thank the people out there that were responsible or for helping me relocate here to the Philippines. I do want to give them props. We don't really talk anymore, I'll be honest. But you know what? It was a transaction. There's nothing wrong with that. You know? When you're done doing business with a business, they usually ignore you after that. And that's okay. Fair enough. Business is business. You know? No hard feelings. So, but I want to say, you know, that was overall a positive experience. So I want to give a shout out for that too. And of course you all, thank you. Really appreciate you guys. There's another person I want to shout out to. I don't know if I should. Maybe later. Let's see who else. Well, there are... Oh, yes. I want to thank you regulars. The guys that have been in here chatting over and over again since I was streaming this year, during my streams and whatnot, that have been around for a while communicating with me. I want to give a shout out to you. I want to say thank you. You know, I want to say thanks for that. And hope we can go on, you know, keep going. And, you know, yeah, sorry, I'm just thinking here. But, yeah, so it's been good so far, guys. I didn't even know if I was gonna get this far, to be honest. Yeah, when I loaded that first video up, I was just like, I don't know. I just feel like doing it. Like, that's how you gotta do it. You gotta do it because you want to, because you feel like it. Not because you want the money or the fame or any of that stuff. You want to do it because it's fun, you know? Well, I always liked teaching people and you know, helping people, you know, guiding people to, you know, just helping people in general. That's why I'm here, for the most part. But yeah. There's a lot of other people and other things I'd like to thank, but I kind of can't say them on YouTube, so I think I'll just leave it at that for now. But, yeah, so I don't know if there's a lot of people watching right now, but like, you know, if you feel free to chat anytime. And if you're watching this after the fact, go ahead and leave a comment, whatever. So, I guess we could talk about plans or ideas. So, the thing I've been doing lately is I've been making sure that I don't let the sun go down until I have worked on some videos. And I've been doing that every day. So, hopefully I'll get some releases soon, but there is a problem. I don't know if any of you noticed, and I forgot to tell you at the beginning of the stream, but my mic has been terrible lately, at least in my opinion. Now maybe it's all in my head, but I swear my voice does not sound as good as it did a few months ago on my mic. I don't know if my mic's busting or what, but if it is, that's a huge problem. So I'm just warning you guys that it might be a while, even longer, before I come out with another video. Because, like, obviously I don't want to come out with a video where my voice sounds like shit or my mic sounds like shit. So I'm gonna have to get that handled. I don't know how long that's gonna take. But, I mean, maybe it sounds good now. And if it does, leave a comment that says, dude, I don't know what you're talking about. Your voice sounds just fine. If that's the case, great. I want it to be all in my head. I can get back to making videos, but if my mic sounds like shit, let me know, dude. I already think it does. And I'm gonna do some mic work before I come out with my next video, before I voice record again, so that's gonna take some time. And I really don't want to do it. I really don't want to do it. Oh, honestly, that is the worst part of content creation. Mic work, man. Mic work is a pain in the ass, at least for me. I can never seem to get it right. Even the times where it sounds good, I'm just like, damn it, man. Like, if I could just get rid of that little noise or this little noise, you know? Like yesterday, I was trying to record, and every recording that came back to me, I could hear this boom or thump while I'm talking. Noise the shit out of me. I'm like, fuck that. I ain't fucking shipping this. So yeah, I gotta get that figured out, guys. So yeah, I gotta go back to the basics and just spend the day cracking at it. But yeah, so gonna have to do some mic work. After that, once I get my voice straight again, or good again, I will, yeah, I already finished the script for the Protoss video. I was gonna record it yesterday. There's also been shorts. I'm gonna get my backlog back. I know it ran out. So for you members, I apologize for that. I'm gonna go ahead and get on it. Let's talk about my shorts for a little bit. Now, right now, I'm extracting shorts from my big tutorial video that I made a couple years ago. But I am thinking about making shorts about other things too. But I just want to stay in the algorithm. If nothing else, that helps me do that. If you guys like it, that's cool. And I just think that video deserves a spotlight because it really did not do nearly as well as it should have. I think because I was early in my channel, and so those shorts are going to give that video the exposure that I hope it gets. But yeah, so I plan this next 1,000 subscribers. I want to really crank up my game. I really want to increase my video production. I want to continue where I'm at with shorts right now. I think is fucking great. The way I've been producing them, really can't go back after this. You know, I thought that it was going to die down or go flat, but they're still getting lots of views. So as long as I keep getting the numbers, I'll keep pumping out shorts the way I've been pumping them out. And you know, and it keeps me in the algorithm, so it solves a lot of problems. So that's a sustain. But I want to increase the amount of videos I make per month. Right now I'm doing about like 1 or 2 a month. I really, that's not enough for me. let's crank it up to 5 or 6. You know, at the least. I mean, I'm not expecting a video every day. I don't think I'm capable of that. But like, at least once a week, if not twice a week, I think is doable if I apply myself, you know, and I make some changes. So that's my goal for this next chapter, if you will. I would also like to experiment with a couple different formats. One I'm thinking about right now is kind of a gameplay format where kind of similar to what I did before with my Rogue Servitor series, but not nearly as long. Like I'm only going to come out with like 10-minute long segments of gameplay and just critiquing it, making a spectacle out of it, and seeing if it's entertaining for you guys. So that's something I wanted to try in addition to just, you know, obviously I'm going to keep coming out with guides. Let's talk about guides. So my theme build guide series has been pretty good so far. We'll see how the Protoss does, but I am very satisfied with how things turned out in that department. So I will definitely, as of right now, be making more thematic build guides. I think that's definitely a sustain, something that's good, that's working. So I'm going to try to continue to do that. But I do want to come out with some regular guides too. I realize that I haven't covered arc furnaces yet, or arc welders. I haven't covered Cybernetic Creed yet, and I did do a playthrough of that, so I do know how to do it. I did Synthetic Fertility, but so there's really, and then now I didn't get any of the recent DLC other than Machine Age, so I won't be covering that, at least not right now. That being said, though, I may change my mind, and we'll see. But right now, I don't really think I'm going to. So, thematic build guides, expect those. Arc welders, most likely. Another thing that I'm really feeling the desire to do, really feeling the push to do, is making a brand new remastered tutorial. You know, just start from scratch and just tell it as I see it in this, you know, in an updated format. And a lot shorter too. Like a much quicker ultimate guide to Stellaris. So I'll basically take that tutorial that I made that you guys are seeing shorts from and like shorten it to like 25 minutes tops. You know, kind of, not quick and dirty, but like, you know, quick, like just information, like not a lot of bullshit, just distilled. Like I want to take that tutorial video and just distill it down to its basest parts and put that into a video, you know, and an updated maybe 3.14, you know, ultimate guide to Stellaris, that kind of thing. So that's what I'm thinking about doing. That would be my next big project for sure. Also, so I have decided that I don't know what it looks like right now or what my first bits of content are going to be around this, but I do also want to get into the automation and building creator space, you know, genre, niche, whatever you want to call it. I don't want to just stay in the strategy genre, the Stellaris genre. I don't want to just be in the Stellaris niche. I want to branch out, and I've decided that that's probably where, because that's what I've been playing mostly lately. I've really just sank my teeth into it, you know, because I've gotten a lot better at it too. So I feel like I have a lot of knowledge that I can share with you guys. about that. So if you like Factorio, if you like Satisfactory, if you like Dyson Sphere Program, let's talk about that. Dyson Sphere Program won the post. I was surprised. I really thought Factorio was going to take the cake. It didn't. I mean, let's double check to make sure. Hold on a second. I'll look this up. Where is it? Damn, I forgot what I was thinking about. I think. Oh yeah, we were gonna look at the post. That's right. Yeah, so the latest 23 votes. Not a lot, but it ain't like 2. 26% of you voted Factorio, 30% Satisfactory, and 43% for Dyson Sphere Program. That surprised the hell out of me. I was almost sure that was going to be Factorio, not Dyson Sphere Program. Because on paper, it's the more popular game. But you know what? I could see, though. I could see you guys liking Dyson Sphere Program more. There's a lot of good reasons to say that that's the best automation game. I think they all three of them bring their own style and flavor to it. It's really, you can't, and they are vastly different in some key fundamental ways that really aren't better or worse than any of the others. So I think it's really just kind of preference at that point. I don't think either one of them, any one of them, is 100% like the best. Though, honestly, obviously, if any of those games deserve the title, it would probably be Factorio, because that came out before any of them did, and it is the most polished out of all of those titles. But like I said, it's definitely a debate. You know, what is the best automation game? I think really each one of those titles has something unique to offer that you couldn't get from any of the other titles. Like, for example, if I want a first-person experience, well, I have to play Satisfactory. Factorio ain't gonna cut it for me. You know, so when I feel like doing that, no, I don't want to play Factorio. I don't care how good it is. And it is fun as hell, but, you know, so I'll play Satisfactory, but if I want that same experience, but third person, I'll play Dyson Sphere Program. Or if I want stunning visuals, you know, I would play Satisfactory, but I would actually more gravitate towards Dyson Sphere Program, because let me tell you, some of the shit in Dyson Sphere Program looks really fucking cool, man. Like, especially the Dyson Sphere itself. Like, just, you know, you could take screenshots all day long in that game. It is amazing visuals. I think it has the best, despite Satisfactory being 3D, I think Dyson Sphere Program has the best visuals, the best picture. You know, I would vote it best picture, honestly. But yeah, so they each have their strengths and weaknesses that separate themselves from each other. That you could easily pick one over the other for. Like Dyson Sphere, for example, obviously has the best interplanetary system. Now, Factorio has more in its game now, if you got the DLC, to compete with that, but I still think, as far as interstellar travel goes, Dyson Swarm is still better. I mean, Dyson Sphere Program is still better. And in Satisfactory, you don't have it at all. So if you want to go to space, you're doing Factorio or you're doing Dyson Sphere Program. Well, I think when it comes to space, I think Dyson Sphere Program's better. You know, maybe, but I'll tell you what what isn't better, a bad blueprint system or no blueprint system at all. So when it comes to, like, say you're really into blueprints, you really hate having to reinvent the wheel over and over and over again, you know, if you hate not having blueprints in your game, you know, Factorio is 100% going to be your favorite. You know, that's where Factorio comes in. Factorio has the best blueprint system by far out of all of them. Now, one of the reasons it can do that is because it's not 3D, so that it kind of has an unfair advantage in that respect, that it's 2D. It's a lot easier to copy paste things when it's 2D than when it's 3D. Okay, granted, but the fact remains, it's just like it's unfair to judge Factorio being a 2D game when Satisfactory is a 3D game. You know, it's better to compare them when they're both 3D games, but that's the thing. Like I said, so when it comes to ease of building, you know, I'll tell you what isn't gonna win, and that's Satisfactory. Terrible building mechanics. I mean, I don't know if building mechanics is the right phrase, but basically, so in Satisfactory, the number one thing that pisses me off about that game is that I am finding myself having to do the same actions, like to rebuild something over and over and over again. I want a game where I don't have to do that. And so, yeah, Satisfactory gets a check mark for that. But Factorio and Dyson Sphere Program are much better in that respect. I find myself rebuilding what I already built far less. So, like, for example, in Satisfactory, I'll place a belt just to find out that I can't put a splitter on it, so I have to dismantle the whole thing and build it all over again. That right there happens all the time, like constantly. I'm constantly having to rebuild my shit and tear it back down for the stupidest reasons. I remember one time I was working on a smelter yesterday, and I had to tear half of it down just to get the ingots out of it. So yeah, very inefficient. You know what? Build efficiency. That's what we'll call it. I think that's the right word too. Build efficient, or right phrase. Building efficiency. How efficient? How much time are you saving with your builds? You know, obviously, a build with the same power that takes an hour to build is a much better choice than taking 5 hours to build something that has the same level of use. So, yeah, I think when it comes to that factor, Satisfactory is absolutely dead last in that category. It costs way more time for me to get shit done in that game, but it is a lot of fun. There is a lot of great shit about Satisfactory, don't get me wrong. I have been enjoying it a lot. But that is my number one gripe. Like, so, but in Factorio, you don't have that problem nearly as much. You don't. And it's also because it's 2D also, is very easy to dismantle things, and your robots do it for you. And that's another thing. If you like robots, if you like, you know, drones attached to your person doing stuff for you, you're not going to find that in Satisfactory. You're a one-man show. You have to build everything, every single little thing by yourself. You know, so Dyson Sphere Program's kind of in the middle, right? Now, their blueprint system is not perfect. It's pretty glitchy and unreliable at times. Basically, it would be better than Factorio if it was more consistent. Also, while they are dog shit in the beginning, Dyson Sphere Program starts you with drones. You're never without them. And building without drones sucks. I'll just say it. Let's say what you were all thinking. Not being able to automate your building sucks. You want to get out of that as quickly as possible. You know, you want to be lazy as quickly as possible. So that's my thing. So yeah, when it comes to blueprinting, copy pasting, well, Satisfactory doesn't have copy paste either. Another feature that it badly needs. You know, Factorio and Dyson Sphere program beat the crap out of it there. At least it has a blueprint system. I mean, that is very helpful, don't get me wrong. I mean, I have been able to do some pretty cool things with the Satisfactory blueprint system, but it could be a lot better. Like, for example, the Tier 2 blueprint maker should be way bigger than what it is. Way bigger. You can't even fit a train system on their blueprint maker. Come on. So, but visually, Satisfactory is stunning. I mean, it's got Unreal 5. Who can beat that visually? So obviously, if you're a graphics guy, yeah, Satisfactory is your game. But if you don't care too much about graphics and you just want high quality gameplay, you know, you're basically, your contenders are going to be Factorio and Dyson Sphere program. So Factorio, I think, is also the most polished game out of the three. If you don't like a lot of bugs, if you don't like a lot of glitches, if you don't like shit not working right for no reason, I would play Factorio only. Because every other game, you know, I'm scratching my head going, why the hell isn't this happening? Especially in Satisfactory. I'm just scratching my head going, why isn't this working? I have everything set correctly. What's going on? I don't run into that nearly as much in Factorio. In Factorio, the reasons why your factory's fucked up are pretty obvious from the get-go. They're very obvious to figure it out. Yes, that's partly because it's 2D. You know, that makes it a lot easier, but like, even in Dyson Sphere program, it's like, it's really hard to tell what the issue is. And that's kind of the other thing about Factorio that I really like, that Satisfactory doesn't have, is a statistics panel. So, but yeah, so I wanna branch into automation. I want to start making some content for that. Like I've always said, I'm not gonna stop making Stellaris. Don't unsub over that. All right, Stellaris ain't going anywhere, but it is gonna slow down. Let's face it. And that's kind of the other thing I want to talk to you guys about, is that, you know, I've been doing Stellaris for a while now. It would be nice. I think we can kind of slow down a little bit with it. You know, especially with the streaming, you know, and I have so many Stellaris videos to keep you guys entertained. I think that's why I've still grown despite having a monthly upload schedule practically with Stellaris. So we'll see. We'll see how things play out, guys. I could just speculate, plan. That's all I can do. But I don't know what's going to happen. So, like, I am hoping that, like I said, I hope that I can pump out more videos more consistently. You know, keep doing what I'm doing with the shorts. I would like to live stream more. It's just, there's a couple things in the way of that. One is time. And then two is, you know, numbers. I mean, like I said, the only reason I stream is because I enjoy it, you know, right now. But if the numbers were to roll in and it became my bread and butter, I would definitely do that every fucking day without fail. I'd have a lot of motivation to do so. But right now, my only motivation is when I feel like it, you know? So, I mean, yeah, and not e-begging, and we're not going to do that. I don't like to do that. Because my mentality is, if you guys had the money, you would. You know? Plain and simple. Like, if I think someone's doing a good job, I'll tip them. You know? But if I'm broke, I don't have any money. So there's no point in trying to shame me or bug me about it. It's like, dude, you know, I'm doing the best I can. So yeah, I just want to say, yeah, just you know, no e-begging here, but yeah, I tell you, if I started getting super chats on my streams, you bet I'd be in here every day. Obviously, I'd be losing money not coming here. But right now, I'm just doing it out of the goodness of my heart. So it is subject to, you know, inconsistency. Other things will take precedence over it, you know. Either my feelings, how I feel that day, or whatever. That's why I'm not on a solid schedule. So, but anyway, it's been an hour 20. Talk for a little bit now, but again, thanks a lot, guys. I just want to say thank you so much. Hopefully we can move forward from here and leave the past behind us and just kind of start, you know, turn a new chapter here. So we're turning a new chapter, and I hope and pray that things are even better this coming next year than they were last year, for sure. And yeah, so what did you guys think of the celebration? Did you guys you know, let me know in the comments what you think. Like and subscribe if you like my stuff, if you want to see me in your feed more. You know, if you want to hang out with me, I'm in Discord a lot, and I do live streams. You can chat with me there. I'm usually pretty good about answering my DMs, at least right now, until I get bigger. Other than that, there's a join button. It exists. If you want to press it, you'll see a video telling you what you'll get for being a member. It's a great way to invest in the channel. If you've got the extra money, it's only $5. Right now, I may come out with more expensive tiers later. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it, but right now there's just one tier. I just want to get a community going. Every 10 members, I will be putting out a member-only video that I'll leave up for a month, and a member-only live stream, which I am very excited and looking forward to being the day where I'll get to do that. You know, it'll be great times. I think we'll have a lot of fun if you guys show up. So, but regardless of all that, if nothing else, thank you so much for the 4,000. Thank you so much for your view and your watch time. I really appreciate it, and I will see you again.